Hi and welcome to Green Gardening. I'm Jeff Wakeling and I'm here at our very autumnal looking allotment. Now whilst the winter's nearly upon us and mostly we're putting our gardens to bed, down at the allotment along with pruning and snipping there's also some plants that are just getting started. Now behind me is where we had our kestrel potato crop this year, and they really seem to like the moist, shady patch of this allotment. However, with potatoes especially, it's very important to crop rotate to maintain healthy soil and make sure you don't get potato blight. So this year I'm going to be moving the kestrel crop along and putting in some early broad beans so we get some strong, healthy early harvest. Now this broad bean species is called Aqua Dulce Claudia and they're really good for putting in now. You can buy them in plug plant form or you can put them as seed and they'll start germinating immediately so you get that early harvest next year. Now it's really important to go by the planting instructions on the packet, but if you don't have them, as a general rule I tend to try and put in one seed every 30 centimetres and then leave about 2 foot between the rows. This will ensure that you get a nice healthy crop with plenty of soil nutrients around their roots and not invading each other's space. Now at this time of the year it can be quite cold, but you'll find that these seeds will still germinate and they'll be up in a matter of weeks. Now I'm really hoping that they'll get a head start because I had a tough war with some black aphids this year, and particularly I lost. So I'm hoping that getting these seeds in now will ensure that next year when they come up they'll put those little sapsuckers to bed. So once you've got your broad beans in now, it's not time to stop. Mary and I also get in our garlics, our overwintering onions and our overwintering lettuces about this time of the year. This year we finally got summer pudding alley netted to keep those pesky birds out. And while Mr. Fox used to come in here and devour his prey, our raspberries, gooseberries and blackcurrants did really well. But this time of year you're looking at clearing everything out, snipping down those raspberry canes. Now we've got two types of raspberries, our summer fruiting ones and our autumn fruiting ones. Now with the autumn fruiting ones you want to leave it till January, February to snip down because they fruit on the same year's growth. But the summer fruiting ones are the ones to cut now because they all fruit on the previous year's growth. So what you're looking for is a nice stem that's fruited. You can see here it's got fruit on the end and you want to be snipping that down. So it's really simple, you just need to follow your cane down that's fruited and just snip off at the ground level. Do that for the same for all of the canes that have fruited this year and that will encourage and stimulate the growth next year to get a good raspberry crop. Meanwhile, I'll also try and get my strawberries sorted this year. Now we moved most of them into summer pudding alley when it was netted over, but I've still got quite a big patch and it never hurts to do a little bit of dividing. Now this strawberry patch has become a bit of a mess, and as strawberry plants get established they quickly start sending out runners which form new plants. Now what I tend to do is dig up the whole patch every couple of years, divide all the plants and replant the patch, incorporating those healthy runners that have started to grow. So simply dig up the patch and divide those plants. So once you've lifted your plants, you want to take all the dead material off, and then you want to find your runners which have rooted, and you can use them as separate plants. And just snip off the runner like that, and snip it off at the other end. Once you've dug up your plants and you've snipped all of the dead stuff off and separated them out, it's time to plant them. So basically I just tend to put one in every 20 centimetres, pop them in rows, and you'll soon find that they'll start sending out runners and you'll have a massive strawberry patch ready for the picking next year. So along with all that pruning and cutting, get those winter crops in, make sure you've got all your fruiting bushes sorted and get enough strawberries ready for that cream next year. See you next time.